What up, what up, what up? I'm Jake.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to Secret Hideout, place where we talk you can't bring to the dinner table.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, Jim. Give him that smoke.
Check us out on Instagram at Secret Hideout Podcast. And make sure you subscribe and like the YouTube channel because we're live on that YouTube shit now too. So do that. And then check out the Twitter at Secret Hideout 17.
We got Enzo joining us again.
What's up again, everybody?
That's 3 in a row.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I love this.
Oh, yeah, man. For sure. It's awesome. He brought a sponsored Liquid Death. Everyone, shout out Liquid Death.
Cheers, guys.
They do not give us anything, but, we're here to support the,
Jake thinks it's stealing our souls. Yeah.
Support the cabal.
I don't support
Exactly.
it. I think it's some cabal devil shit.
It tastes good,
but it is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is
it does taste good.
So is Travis Scott's music. It's good.
Oh God.
Is it
Sounds
good?
Yeah, sweet.
I've never listened to it, but
I like it.
You would like it, Jim.
I know.
You're a fucking shill.
I am a shill. I'm here for the health department.
Jim works for the goddamn health department.
I've been trying to get you guys to take your shots.
no, he's lying.
Come
guys.
on, everyone. Just take your shots.
You were just pretending to be Joe
Jim
Rogan
saw
right
what
there.
happened at Travis Scott Astroworld. He's like, I don't see what's so bad.
What's the big deal? Honestly,
Were
were people trampled, or do we know what happened?
We'll get into that.
We're going to talk about Travis Scott. We got Rittenhouse today. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. We got Enzo back, so it's about to get crazy. I'm sure we're going to talk a little pop culture. I watched the hit movie Dune. Might talk about that.
Oh, dude, I watched that too.
Okay. Well, I don't want to talk about that yet.
Yeah, we're going to talk spoilers.
Big
Spoilers.
I want to watch that.
No, we won't talk about it in this one. I actually fell asleep pretty hard in it, but
Okay.
we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff on here.
Right on.
I wanted to try hitting it with a little bit of
Do you guys got any other pop culture?
what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Pop culture.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, he already brought everything.
Well, we usually
up.
don't know what we're going to talk about because we're not allowed to talk. We're not allowed to talk to each other when we come over to Jim's house.
Absolutely not.
Sometimes Jim will call me and I'll start talking about something. He's like, "All right, you just
stop.
You stop. You save it for a show." I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah. No, I pretty much know now when I come over that we're just gonna talk
You
totally
sit there,
surface, and
we
that's
sit
it.
there in the living room, quiet.
If I hear him talking, I'm like, "Hey, quiet down over there."
Hey, what are you guys talking about? Save it for a show. But yeah, so pop culture then, hot pop culture.
Hot pop culture.
Hot pop culture.
What do you think
I
about
hate that. I hate it.
Enzo, you re-brought it up, which made me think that it's a good idea to do because I was
Sometimes
like,
it's good. Yeah.
I was like, dude, listen.
I want a
to
soundbite of it.
We'll get it.
know,
It'll probably be that one you just did that you fucked up a whole bunch of times.
Okay.
You know what it
That
is?
one.
Because
Put a
sometimes you gotta
deep
bring
voice
up like
hot pop culture.
Yeah.
sometimes you got to bring up movies and stuff. You know what I mean? So, but you don't want to get totally away from pop culture. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
A lot of times our pop culture leads into other stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's why I like it too.
Yeah.
It slides in.
Bring it up.
in.
You want to
breezily.
bring up something serious right off the bat?
Yeah.
I watched we're not done yet, but we're almost done. Squid Game.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I don't really know what it's about. I haven't
Did you
gotten
watch
into
it?
anything new.
You watched it?
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on I think we got 2 more episodes left. I fucking love it, man.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking loving it.
And it's funny because everyone, all the lefties and stuff, are talking about how it's showing how capitalism's bad,
Yeah.
and it's good because they're it is eye opening to the 1% elite aspect.
Yeah,
So,
but who's it directed by?
It's Korean.
It's
Who-
Korean.
Okay, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even catch that until all that shit. I should have zoomed.
I'm like, why is it?
Why does it matter?
Why do you care who it's directed
Well,
by?
because
so-
it's on Netflix.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
right? So, what's their message? Let's be realistic. They're not the biggest conservative. Or
dude, I'm not even fucking watching it
You know?
for that. Honestly,
it doesn't really.
I don't give a fuck what
No.
they're trying to say. I'm just watching it to watch it.
There is a cool message, and that's why I think it's fun that the lefties are picking.
Don't
up
spoil
on
it
that.
for me.
I won't spoil it.
Okay.
But it's just, it's ironic because I think it's good to have everyone get those little red pills everywhere, like wherever it is. Cause
So wait,
like,
are the lefties saying one thing and then the righties saying another?
well, they're just saying. So I've heard both. I've heard, it's definitely showing how capitalism's bad, and
Yeah.
it's showing how communism's bad. And I'm like, well, just so you guys know, communism leads into capitalism, and we're in a communist state right now. So
Yeah.
using the capitalistic aspect of the communist state that we're in. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is bad, and it's
Yeah.
like shows like elites.
Both lead to elites.
Yeah.
Having whatever they want and us having nothing.
for sure. Yeah, it's good for that, and I think it's fun. I think it's a good watch.
I fucking love it, man.
You watching it with overdubbed in English?
Oh yeah.
In English?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really bad.
it's good the other way too.
What, subtitles?
Watching it with subtitles, it's actually better.
Probably
I'm
it's
sure it's
normal,
better.
right?
I'm sure it's better, but I've developed like how I feel like.
Do you have an attachment to the voices of the like American voices or English
Well, no,
voices?
because it makes it like it makes it cheesy, and I've come to love that aspect of it now. Like probably about like by like the end of the second episode, like I love the fact that like the voiceover is so bad and cheesy. Like it made it's like part of the show now,
Yeah.
because the
feel
show's
you.
dark and bright, and now it's got
Yeah.
this cheesy thing, and
If you watch it in Korean,
yeah,
it's actually like it's more it's still campy a little bit,
okay, yeah,
but it's not as campy. You're like, this is actually beautifully done and
Yeah.
almost well acted, because you think it's
It's-
poorly acted.
no. See, I don't see it like that. Because I know it's the voice acting. You know,
Yes,
like
for sure.
I'm able to separate that from what I'm seeing on screen, and
So how do you feel about it in the native language then? If you think it's like,
I haven't watched it in native language.
okay, you haven't
and-
seen
I
any of
think
it.
Yeah,
it's good.
I don't feel like reading.
I got you.
I'd
you
watch
know.
one. I watched one episode like that just to see, like, because I was probably where you were in it, and I was like, I think this is actually like pretty good, and all these like funny parts that I think are kind of goofy are just
Yeah.
because of the subtitles,
Yeah.
which I still like and I enjoy that too. Because
You would just think like, okay, so I don't know how it ends yet, but do you think there's going to be a second season? With how big does it set up? Is there able to be a second season?
yeah,
There is able to be a second season,
Yeah.
because if there's able to be, there's gonna be, because it fucking blew up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this show fucking blew the fuck up, you
Yes.
know. And I'm wondering and I'm hoping that if they do a second season, like they're gonna put some more money into it. They have that Netflix money shit now, you know. Like, I'm hoping they put a little bit more time into the dub.
Do you feel it was demo quality? Like
a little
the-
bit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, and I bet they do that. I bet they don't really put too much. I'm not sure how that works. I'm just assuming
I
right
think
now.
the language is so different. It just
Well,
seems
for
like-
sure, but
it seems like the massive.
I just feel like
words-
it could be done better. You know what I'm saying? Like
Maybe.
like if they I feel like they don't put that much time and money into.
Why don't they
like,
just have some goddamn Americans in there
Dubbing
and
it.
just speak English?
Yeah. No, but do you know what I'm
what it-
saying? Like, I think if they put a little bit more time into it, like it would flow better.
I mean, I never seen it, so
No, I feel you though.
It's just like the thing is, it's like any other. Think of any dub you've ever seen before.
the only dubs that the only thing I like that I'll actually listen to. Actually, most of the time I'll listen to it in the native language because I like it better. To be honest with you,
Yeah. Okay.
you know, like I'm really into this one anime. It's called Dragon Ball Z. I like it in Japanese more than I like it in like English because the voice acting, in my opinion, is better, and so is the dialogue.
Yeah.
And they dumb it down for English, in my opinion.
They
It's
do that.
probably
They
like
do.
They do that. In
Yeah,
this
they always
too,
do in
for
all
sure.
the dubs
Yeah,
of anything.
yeah. It's like, which I think makes Squid Games almost two different watches, because I think it is like the fun part of us watching it dubbed and seeing it, like it does add this like kind of reminiscence of like watching old Japanese stuff that's dubbed, or whatever,
Yeah.
Chinese, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
whatever different language, and that's what adds that like campy feel and that funness to it.
Yeah.
But I think if you watched it in Korean, it would probably be darker,
A little bit more dramatic.
and
Okay, yeah.
the characters wouldn't look as bombastic because the way that words work. I mean, that's just how it is. There's they could say bleh, and it means like a whole sentence.
They can express themselves way better in their native tongue, and that's how it's meant to be heard and listened to and experienced. And when you cheapen it by taking another language and like trying to fit it to their like lexicon, it just never sounds.
In all honesty,
natural.
like there's the only character that really doesn't fit or is that like pulls you out of it is the girl.
Yeah, and I think
Is
that
the
her
annoying
character,
girl.
her character is
Annoying.
and it's supposed to pull you out of it. She's supposed to make you feel.
Yeah.
But that was the one character that I thought sounded better in Korean because I thought she sounded so bad.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is just really.
Everyone
bad.
else is pretty.
It's pretty
right,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's such a good concept. You know what it's about, right?
Actually, no, I don't. I've just seen like things about it, but
Squid Game is about basically people who are in like tremendous amounts of debt are approached and offered a chance to win money, and because they're so desperate, they take it, and they're basically picked up. They're given like a card with a place to go, and they're picked up by a van, and they're knocked out with gas, and they wake up in basically like a warehouse with like bunk beds and shit, and they're all wearing tracksuits, and they're like, what the fuck's going on? And they're in this place with masks on. All the people got masks on that work there. They're told they gotta play a game. If you get eliminated, you're out. And they play this first game, which is red light, green light, where someone stands in the front and they say red light or green light, and you got to walk. And when they say red light, you got to freeze, and you got to try to make it to them, right, without them catching you moving. So they walk into this they're in like this huge warehouse that like doesn't seem real, and like this big open field, and they're facing this big robot woman. And she's it's like this big robot child, right?
That's not where I thought this was going.
It's like green light, and everyone starts walking forward, right? And then it's like red light, and the head turns, and it's got cameras in its eyes, and it starts scanning, and when it sees someone move, and it shoots them. They get shot.
okay.
And nobody's like, what the everyone's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, is this person
real?
okay? You know? And then it does it again, and then again, like more people get shot, and everyone figures out what's going on. That they figure out, like, oh my god, like the people that don't freeze are getting fucking shot, and so everyone starts freaking out, and the robot's still scanning it, and everyone starts freaking out, and so everyone
Shooting
just starts
them all. Wow.
yeah, everyone's just start murking out. Like we're talking like 200 people
Okay.
getting shot, right? And so basically, what it is they find out that they're playing games, but if you lose, you die. Okay, and what's crazy about it, though, is that you get a bunch of money. You get like the equivalent of like, I think it's like $40 million.
Hang on.
Right?
Isn't this the same plot as Hunger Games?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Similar idea. Though.
Similar.
Okay.
But Hunger Games is also a takeoff of a Royal Rumble. Or not Royal Rumble, Battle Royale.
Which is a Japanese film.
Interesting. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
But
This
anyways,
also reminds me of that one. Sorry to interrupt you. We're gonna go right back to it. What's that movie where they're like?
He just told you.
No, my bad. My
He's
bad.
directing this motherfucker. He's motherfucking came
comes
in
on three times in a row. Thinks he is the show, you know.
He came out. He's like, "Hey, listen, 1 second. We'll go back to that. We will be right back to that."
Hey, Joe Rogan
I
over
saw him
here.
look at the fucking camera. He like directed everyone. Don't worry, we're gonna be right back.
We're gonna
to
be right
that.
back to that. What's that movie? Or it's not Hunger Games, but it's another one similar to that where they're like dropped off by this maze. The Maze Runner, isn't that what it's called? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Is that similar to this as well?
No, not
Okay.
at all. Because here's the catch though, is after that first game,
Okay.
and everyone knows what's going on, they're told about the money that they're gonna win. Like each person, there's like almost 500 people in the beginning, right? And each person's worth so much amount of money. I think like $180,000 or some shit like that, right?
Okay.
And anytime someone dies, their worth goes into the jackpot Okay. And so there's
you-
the potential to win, like, I think it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like $40 million if you're the last one left, right? But whoever passes all the games, that's who wins. Okay, so they can like split
and they
the
also
money.
win the money.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they win the money.
And they're all down on their luck, and
Like we're talking
They
like
need
these
money.
people are gonna like they're like financial ruin.
Okay.
Okay, like their
Yeah.
lives, like they're either gonna get killed or their families are gonna
Yeah.
get fucked for life because of
Yeah.
their gambling or bad decisions with money. So, anyways, they're given the option to vote whether they want to keep playing or not after that first game. Okay?
Oh, because their
So
lives are so bad, you mean?
if the majority
Yeah.
if the majority votes to stop playing, they're like, then you guys can leave, and all the money that's accumulated right now will go to the family of the victims that died.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so everybody votes because they're like, holy shit, that was fucked up because like 200 people just died. So everyone votes to leave, and they're like, all right, we'll get back to you guys in 4 days. We'll come back to you guys in 4 days, and if you want to come back in, you can come back in. And basically they all go back to their lives and realize how shit their lives are, and they all come back to play the game, and they're like, fuck it, like my life is such shit, like I'm gonna take the risk and try to win this thing.
It's hardcore.
And so basically that's what it is they're playing these games, but man, it gets so, it's very clever of like how they make people team up, and then they put them against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they build bonds with people, and then they build
tear them apart.
They tear them apart. It's a mind fuck. But yeah, such a good show because it's such a good formula of like the colors they use in it, and the colors mixed with the violence, mixed with the idea of like using childhood games, because all the games are like childhood games. Like they're like child games,
like classic Korean childhood games.
which is
Okay.
also like basically classic games anywhere.
yeah. Some of them
But
are
if you
like
lose, you're dead.
region specific games. Like,
yeah,
like the
but we have something that's
the
like
cookie,
it, you know.
Did you get to the cookie scene?
Yeah,
yet?
yeah.
Yeah.
But is it like if you lose, you're dead, or if you break the rules of the game, you're dead? There's a ladybug right there.
Kind of both, I guess. But yeah, you lose. They'll walk up like. Okay. All right, guys, chill out. It's a fucking ladybug, all right?
Jake's keeping it together for us.
Yeah, you guys are on those edibles right now.
Oh.
But yeah, if you fuck up, they'll walk up to you and shoot your head up, blow your head off right there.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about the ladybug? I feel like you guys want to talk
No.
ladybug.
Oh no! I was just trying to figure out how to do, produce this while you're having that conversation. But that ladybug was pretty rad. I won't lie. I was more enthralled with how Enzo was like,
Just shoot it away. I was just telling him to shoot away with his hand.
Jake,
real
you got a
quick.
ladybug right there.
Jake,
Jake, I know.
Jake,
I know.
Don't move.
don't freak out. Don't freak out.
He's like, I am. I'm freaking out.
But there's a ladybug
Oh man,
going towards your liquid death.
dude, these liquid deaths are fucking like addicting though.
Because they're
Yeah,
Satan's
Yeah,
water.
for sure.
Okay?
I'm like, I cracked one already. I drank it. I'm ready for another one.
There's something
You ever
not
drink
right.
like
There's
LaCroix or
something
just
not-
seltzer water in
Yeah,
general?
it ain't this.
No,
I love
It
all
ain't-
seltzer water, man.
It ain't this though, man.
but
I've
this-
drinking all of them.
Really?
I used to have a
Jake
thing
actually
about them.
already drank one liquid death, and I'm like, hold on, how did you already drank one, dude? Jake's not one to drink. I'll blow through Bev all day because I have a drinking problem, like a legit drinking problem. And
I mean, it's just water. It's good for you.
But
Jake
this-
thinks it's stealing my soul, but it's good
Jake
for you.
thinks there's adrenochrome in this.
There's something. It's got Tony Hawk's blood in it, bro.
Adrenochrome.
This might be laced with a little, because I actually feel peppy. I feel good. I feel like I'm ready to take over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like all these things. Enzo
No.
Enzo had enough
I'm s-
audacity in the
like-
middle of your story to just to tell you there's a ladybug.
I feel like I should get vaccinated.
I don't think
Like
we
I
need-
should
Just
do the
after
world.
drinking that?
I feel like I should do the world a favor and get vaccinated.
I don't think
right
we
now.
need to after
All
having
right, don't
these.
drink anymore. That shit.
That shit's popping up at my work, where the mandates are starting to creep into my workplace, and like there's HR emails going out about it and stuff.
Yeah, I've got the
Oh,
same
yeah?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
How's that?
wondering what was going on if you guys were hearing about it.
Yeah.
What's the talk of like around
they're like
with your? No, I'm talking like with our people. Are people against it?
dog. I don't even have employees. First of all, so one, I don't even have employees to like even ask about this. Like, there's like 6 of us that work there, and we're like grinding away because nobody's working. So
Yeah.
So now they're gonna put on this thing where they're gonna be like, "Hey, you guys can't even get any more employees." All right? Like, actually, a couple of y'all that are still working,
You guys gotta go.
You guys gotta go. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for my company or on my company on what we're gonna do. With
Well, you gotta
it,
start
but-
talking to other managers and shit, bro.
Well, yeah. Well, I think
You know?
I think
you
with,
gotta start finding alliances and be like, yo, if they do this, like
Within-
we gotta walk out.
within our company, I think that, like I said, I don't want to speak too much for it, but I think that the idea is, you're allowed to have freedom of choice. So as long as that stays, then I'm fucking with it, because I think that I don't really. They're like, without asking all of your employees, I'm like, I'm not going to ask any of my employees. Like, it's none
Yeah.
of my fucking business. Like, and I'm not going to. Like,
Yeah.
like that's none of my fucking business. I don't know
Yeah.
what I can get in trouble for
real.
asking them that. Like later on, I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
that.
You know
I'm
what
not doing
else?
that shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like
we're gonna keep grinding with no employees. All right, like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's shit. That shit's just so irritating when you are an employer, and now we're having the pressure of being like, well, now, all right.
tell me about your health. Do you have
guys-
any communicable
Yeah.
diseases?
So I can't even get them to come in right now to just have an application.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna have to be like
Yeah,
vetting.
you got to
them-
go get a shot
vetting
to
them-
work here.
Yeah, vetting them.
Like
for the-
everyone's like, oh yeah, I love
I
shots.
know.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Great.
Yeah, exactly. I can't even keep them as it is. So, fuck. Yeah, we lost my camera, but
Why?
What happened to it?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Just want to pause real quick?
yeah,
Get
we can
back up?
pause. I can do this. Yeah,
We can just okay. I was gonna say we could talk about what's going on in the Wings game in the meantime, but
you guys can do that. I can get this going.
Okay. Well, the Wings are winning.
1-0 or
All of our listeners that don't like hockey don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
actually someone
aren't
just
from
today
Detroit.
told me that if we talk about hockey, he would listen to this
Well, I'm not gonna just appeal to
for
that,
that person.
you
But,
know?
no, I'm just saying the interest is out there. Is all I mean.
Yeah, we're winning. I don't know. We look good. Larkin's back. We don't know what happened with him. They're not saying. He's saying family emergency. So, you gotta respect that.
Yeah, that's
He a wants- big
deal.
He wants to keep it private. I still think it's COVID related. I do.
I'm just so excited just to see what Stevie Y does with this team. I mean, if he can just turn it into, something amazing, just like he did with Tampa, it's going to be exciting.
There's I have no.
Yeah,
There's no
no
doubt.
doubt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have complete faith in him. And,
So do I. Yeah. I mean, there couldn't have been a better replacement for Ken Holland.
ooh, you guys see the Larkin goal? Watch the Larkin goal real quick. Look at their goalie tried bouncing it off, and their goalie fucked up. And Larkin came in and stole that from him. He tried playing it off the boards, and it bounced back in front of the net, from behind the net. And Larkin came in and swooped and put it in an empty net.
Perfect. I like that. He's guarding McDavid too, and he's still dominant.
Yeah, if you don't know, they're playing the Edmonton Oilers, and McDavid's out there. Dude's a beast. They're shutting him down though. He's getting shut down today. You got a McDavid jersey, don't you?
Yeah, I wore it on
Yeah.
one of the shows, man.
Yeah.
I don't wear it when they're
I
playing.
really
against the Wings.
want one of those jerseys, man. I didn't I haven't seen one up close before yet.
Yeah,
Because they're the Adidas jersey.
yeah, they're nice.
The jersey I have is the Reebok.
What size do you have?
I don't know, man. I think some of the, I think authentic jerseys are like 44, 46. It's not like small, medium, large.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what size I am. But either way, like,
I have a fake one.
so do I. I have a fake Red Wings one. I was debating wearing it tonight, but I'm gonna save that for another one.
This is good television.
Yeah, I really like the Adidas jerseys though, man. Like I didn't know like the sleeves did what they do. Like the sleeves, if you don't know, original hockey jerseys are kind of like, you know, they're just like kind of baggy everywhere, including like the sleeves. So you got like a wide sleeve. These new Adidas ones, like the sleeve, the arm tightens up as it goes down the arm.
Yeah.
And it makes the bottom of the jersey kind of like an actual like a long sleeve shirt, like a sweater,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you know, actual hockey sweater.
I don't know if you guys ever
That's
felt this
cool.
way about hockey jerseys and equipment, especially. But when I was younger, my parents always got my equipment a little bit bigger because I was going to grow into it or whatever. And it was always a pain in the ass to play with like all the hockey pads and have it be like too just like cumbersome. I felt like when I was younger.
Certain things, I guess.
I can speak on that.
Go for it.
So now hockey gear has gotten to the technology where it does
It's just like the
form
jerseys.
fit.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I feel you when you were younger, you got everything was big and baggy.
And it was just, yeah, it made it like,
And it's like you feel like it's
pain in
comfortable.
the-
Your gloves were big too, or whatever.
Yeah.
You feel like all that. See, all that's changed. Everything's come in.
Everything's
and-
like custom.
yeah, they've taken it from lacrosse a lot. Like
Yeah.
a lot of like lacrosse companies, like Warrior. Shout out Warrior because they're from the Mitt. They got a factory in Warren, I believe. Actually,
Yeah, we used to when I was in
Yeah.
high school and I played lacrosse, you would go. It was a big thing to like, you'd go to the Warrior factory and like jump in their dumpster
yeah,
and like find like, you'd find like you know, like $200 lacrosse sticks because like the paint job was wrong. You know,
right on. They just threw
completely
it out,
illegal,
yeah.
but like
So
Or, like,
hockey
gloves with
took
a little
from
hole in 'em.
lacrosse because lacrosse had it down. Like their whatever it is about their outerwear, like their protective outerwear, like gloves, elbow pads. Like now
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
like form fitting
Right
and
yeah.
like
That's what
Yeah,
I
because like
figured.
lacrosse, lacrosse was all about like you had like shoulder pads and stuff, but everything was like their shoulder pads would be like a shirt that you
Okay.
put on with pads in it,
yeah,
You
and
know?
now
Yeah.
hockey has all that.
and then
stuff.
like the arm, their elbow pads would like go from like your bicep to like the middle of your forearm, but it would be like the material was it was like snug on you,
Yeah.
you know, it was
yeah.
like snug and like you felt tight and
Yeah.
I guess comfortable in lacrosse
Mm-hmm.
shit. So yeah, it makes sense that,
that's the way it went.
you know, and the
Yeah.
gloves were always like when we started playing.
So hold on, what were you saying about it being big though?
I don't know, like I would just, it was a pain in the ass when I was playing, and you know, like I had hockey shorts on and they were like always falling down, and it just always felt like everything was super freaking baggy, you know, and I feel like now
so
it's
it wasn't comfortable.
no, it wasn't. That's I
okay.
mean, that was
Yeah.
something that I didn't like. So
See, I used to like my jersey big and stuff, and
Yeah.
like my gloves a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
And I think it all stemmed
I was
from
younger too, though.
It stemmed
Yeah.
from growing into stuff. So my
Yeah.
dad would always buy bigger
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But then now that I'm an adult and I can actually, you know, purchase like what I want, like outfit.
you're not growing anymore.
Perfect size. Yeah,
outfit
exactly.
myself to like the
Yeah.
perfect thing. Like now I just like that's all that shit that's lacrosse driven. I'm all about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
When we started playing pickup in college, right, our first year of college, we all got back into like
You rocked lacrosse shoulder pads
and gloves
and gloves,
and
yeah.
like it felt so much better
Yeah.
in the lacrosse gloves.
Until you take a puck to those gloves.
Well, yeah, because they were
Yeah.
thinner.
Yeah.
But then when we started playing beer leagues, right, and I was using someone else's gloves for a long time, and then I actually bought a new pair of gloves. They felt a lot more like lacrosse
Yeah,
gloves.
you're like, oh shit! Now the
With more
thumbs
padding.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
like
They're more like yeah,
our,
because
our whole lives the
the
thumbs,
never moved. Yeah,
they were just,
You know?
Exactly.
they were just these stiff things, and the inside had a little pocket that you could like move your thumb like that. Now the thumb actually
Yeah.
bends as it should. But hockey's so new. You know what I mean? Like hockey's within the last century. You know, it's still like growing as a sport.
At least in our
it's-
country.
Dude, I used to
Canada
have
probably-
this book. I got grounded for like 2 weeks. No, when I got in trouble for
Hockey's old as fuck. I don't know what the fuck.
when I got hockey's, I was gonna say, man. I thought you were gonna be like, the last few decades, hockey. I don't know about that shit. Yeah, hockey's real fucking old.
Just thinking about you.
When I got busted for pot, when
you were
like
in 6th grade.
yeah, I got grounded for like a month in summer,
Okay.
and I had to spend like 3 weeks in my room. No, it was like 2.5 weeks in my room, and then like 2.5 weeks in and out of the house. Like I couldn't leave the house.
Did you get grounded often? Because I was always fucking grounded.
Always grounded.
Every.
No, I didn't get grounded much.
Yeah.
But that was a big deal, right? But anyways, so that 2 weeks in my room, I had a book like this encyclopedia. It was a hockey encyclopedia, like the history of. It was like the history of hockey.
Did it have
book.
a blue cover?
I think so. It might have
Yeah,
blue cover. No, it had like pictures on it. It had like pictures of like hockey, different time periods in hockey. But it was fucking thick. It was like, are you on me right now?
Yeah.
It was like that thick, you know? And it was fucking like I read that bitch.
Yeah.
From like front to cover, and or from cover to back, and fucking it was fantastic. It was like so informative about hockey and everything like that, and I can't find it.
Anywhere it's probably.
I can't find it like online anywhere. Like I can't even find its existence. Like I feel like it wasn't real. Like it wasn't real. Because you
It's in
find
your mind.
like history of hockey. Like there's all these books, but it's not that book. And I want that book back. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, like it had pictures in it. It had pictures, but it had like so much text and everything. And it starts
It
from
had
the
like Bobby Orr doing
it starts from the like beginning of hockey.
you know, whatever. They go through like the whole history.
It goes
I had a book just like that,
everything, man.
dude. Yeah.
It was thick as fuck.
You can't just duck go this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude, I look for it.
Type in like. Yeah, history of hockey.
I'm gonna find it right now. Cause I'll buy it. Another good book to have if you're into music is the Heavy Metal Encyclopedia. That's hard to find too now. I mean,
interesting.
it's not hard to find, but you can maybe find it on Amazon. But that's a good book too. Like it's like the every band in heavy metal.
Okay.
You know, and we're talking like 70s and 80s heavy metal.
You have a top 5 of your favorite heavy metal bands? No. Okay. All right.
On Enzo's, I'm gonna cut another cut of this where it's Enzo's show and he's just asking Jake questions and like interrupted him and telling him to pause. I love it. Yeah, I can't find this history of hockey book. I mean, there's a million history of hockey books.
Yes,
So
that's what it is. There's like a million of them, but they're not the right one.
none of these look good.
Nope.
Go back to shopping real quick.
You guys got any like pop culture or anything like that?
I mean, I've just been following, to be honest, like I think pop culture right now is like Rittenhouse's trial. Like that's what I've been on. Like
Okay.
really watching that. I actually fell asleep with it on the other day. My girlfriend thought I was crazy when she came home. Just live streaming the Rittenhouse trial. I'm like, he's a goddamn patriot, babe. All right, we're gonna get this patriot out.
Hey, American hero.
Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong.
Boom. Hot take by Enzo.
Remember, Enzo's not a financial advisor. Okay, so, did you see the pictures of Eminem as White Boy Rick?
No, is he playing White Boy Rick?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he made so I don't know exactly what because 50 Cent has a new series on Stars called BMF, which is about the this like we talked about it in here before, I think, right? It was like a little like a gang that like turned huge in Detroit
Okay.
during the late 80s into the late 90s, and they have Eminem playing White Boy Rick. Do you know who White Boy Rick is? Damn it!
It's a movie. I
He
know.
was like a 17-year-old. He
it's
got
a movie.
busted. He was like a small time like coke dealer in like fucking in Detroit in like the late 80s.
He was young as
And
fuck.
he was
too.
like 17 years old, and
Okay.
he got popped with like I think like an ounce or something of coke, and he got life in prison. And so it was like a big deal because like, and that's like a whole rabbit hole in itself. There's a lot of corruption involved in his prosecution, like conviction of being like getting life in prison
Yeah.
as a 17-year-old for coke. There's shit that goes into like who he was dating. He was dating like the governor or like the mayor's daughter or some shit like that. Something like that. I don't know.
So they just had to like make it go away and put him in prison.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit that went out of that. It's unfair, you know.
Yeah.
Like that should have never happened. He should have never got that kind of time, especially for his age. But anyways, he makes an appearance in the show, and it seems like 50 Cent put a post out with the pictures of Eminem as White Boy Rick, and everybody was like, "How is Eminem playing White Boy Rick? Eminem's like fucking 80 years old, and White Boy Rick was like 17 during this time." You know, so everyone's just like, "How is that happening? Like, how's he gonna play him?" Or why? I guess the
Why?
question was like,
Yeah,
why are
why?
they doing that? And by this post that he put out on Instagram showing him as White Boy Rick, it sounds like he was kind of taking a shot at Stars. It sounds like Stars fucked them over somehow, and he was thanking Eminem for like stepping up to it. So I don't know exactly because I haven't looked into it really hard or anything, but it feels like there might have been something like maybe Stars like fucked them on the budgeting for casting or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably got like budget pulled and they couldn't afford to cast him.
Okay.
And so Eminem was like, "I'll just do it and I'll do it for free."
Yeah.
And they're probably like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's make that happen." But he looks pretty young in it. I'm not gonna lie. Like it looks. I don't know if
Like
they
it's
do.
not cheesy or anything.
I don't know if they do CGI. If they're doing CGI with him. But he looks pretty young as fuck right there.
Yeah, he's on the adrenochrome right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
He's drinking.
He drank
fuck-
that some
He's
cream.
drinking
Liquid
liquid
death.
death, dog.
Yeah.
He's sponsored heavily.
You're about to look like that after.
That's him right there.
That's him. And that dude's 80 years old right there. Now he's like what, 55?
Eminem,
Yeah,
probably around there.
52 or some shit.
Just 50.
He don't look 50 right there. That's all I'm saying.
Fucking.
He's in his 40s. Come on, 50? He's that old?
Yeah.
He's close to 50.
Google his birthday.
I'm about to.
Okay. Sorry for
Yeah, he's 50, bro. Eating kids and shit.
telling you what to do again.
I'm not gonna call Enzo again to be on this thing.
He's getting cocky.
Google that shit, Jim. I'm like, all right, man. He's 49.
Yeah, you were laughing when he was doing it to
49?
me.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was.
You're laughing
I'm
about
sorry
it.
about
Ain't
that.
funny,
dude.
is
I
it?
feel bad. I feel bad.
So he's 49.
Yeah. We're here at Europa Hour with Enzo. Europa Hour with Enzo. Oh man.
Who directed that movie?
Google it quick,
Who paid
Jim.
for it?
What are you doing? Cameras out? What the
What's
fuck?
his last name?
How's our crypto wallet doing? It'd be great though if Enzo's just like, yo, check it though. I got y'all.
Yeah, you guys got some Bitcoin now, right?
Yeah, here's 10 G's.
Yeah.
It's Enzo's show. Hey,
Here's 10 G's.
Come on.
Here's 10 G's in Ethereum.
Yeah.
I don't know how you spend it, but
Buy some fucking cameras that work.
Best Buy doesn't accept it.
They will
Oh man.
soon.
Yeah. But your Europa Hour with Enzo. Are we ready?
What do we got?
I don't know, man.
So the
Rittenhouse things. I think we got to hit on Rittenhouse because it's popping right now.
It
and
is
there's-
popping.
There's a lot of things happening with it. Are you following it?
I saw.
Following clips.
Yeah,
You know.
I saw like a couple clips.
I think everyone's seen the big one where
it's huge. Yeah.
they got that dude to admit
Yes.
that the whole thing was self-defense.
Are you talking about the one where
It's like that's like a rap. That's like they got what was his name? Gage or something.
Yeah, the guy he shot in the bicep.
Yeah, the guy he shot in the bicep. The defense got him to admit that Kyle did not fire until he was pointing his gun at him.
Yeah. So he
That's it,
fired
right?
in self-defense.
And they got him to admit that. And
there's videos, and
that's
and
a rap.
They're just the prosecution's playing videos that are just like, why are you playing these videos? This is showing this man running away from a mob, and they're like, they're the ones, introducing it into but they're obvious that this kid's running away from a mob. There's people shooting guns before they come and attack him. Like, so he's obviously thinking he's being under fire. It's just too much, man. Like,
But-
I think a lot of people.
like every video, because you're seeing a lot of new videos too coming out that
for
we
sure.
weren't allowed to see for last year. And all the new videos they're showing, like it's just like every video you see is like new footage. It's like, yup, that looks like this kid's being attacked and could be killed right here.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how they're silencing it, to be honest. I'm trying to see how they're washing it. Because it's coming out that I think he's going to get away. He's going to be not guilty.
Well, yeah, the thing that happened, what was that, yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that Gage admittance was like,
Huge.
that's huge.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
that's it right there almost. Like
Like, are they going to get him on gun charges that he wasn't supposed to have a gun over state lines? Yeah. He's going to get charged.
no, they already
expunged all
they've
that?
already got like they've already settled that basically.
Did they?
Like, I mean,
So
I don't know, like in the court, but his team, the defense, already like
Yeah. See, I didn't-
killed it
yeah.
on that.
So it doesn't even matter. Like, the big charge that's coming, that's not going to
And I mean, that's been the argument like this whole time. Like that's been like the left's only defense or like only like thing they have to say about it when you tell them like, hey, this kid was defending himself. They're like, well, he came over state lines.
Yeah.
That's
So
like all
what?
they have. That's
So
like all
what?
the only argument they have for it is he came over state lines
Or
illegally.
maybe the gun wasn't his, or whatever.
some bullshit
Yeah.
thing, and it's like, well, okay.
Yeah, he was there helping people, and it's
know.
being like it's all like
He's still he shot that fucking pedophile and
Exactly. That's what I was going to ask you. The guy,
some pieces of shit.
the person that admitted that he like raised his gun to him or whatever, is
Yeah.
that the guy who tried to hit him with the skateboard or?
No, he
No,
killed the
he's
guy.
dead.
He killed the
Okay,
guy that hit him
okay.
with the skateboard.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
He killed that dude, and then the other dude was the guy that threw something at him. And that dude, I'm pretty sure that guy's a pedophile.
He is
If I'm not mistaken.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
He's a pedophile piece of shit. So
What
he
are the
looked like
odds of
he
that?
looked like shit. Like you see his photos of that dude, he looks like shit. Like
Yeah.
I bet he looks a lot better now. Just saying.
Yeah. What are the odds of that those types of people would hang out with groups that would be out and about in cities and
yeah. I mean,
burning
it's-
shit down and
Yeah, I mean, it's the ones. I know it's crazy. It's exactly what you're getting at. What you're
yeah.
leaning towards is like that. That's what it does draw out. is-
degeneracy in
yeah.
general.
And that's what they want. They want
Yeah.
that. They want chaos and people
like-
that don't have direction or family or anything like that.
And they're making
And
him
that dude
seem
wants
like he's
that
a
dude's
degenerate.
that
and
dude's
he's
going
not.
for
Oh.
apparently that Gage guy is going for like a $10 million. He's trying to get a $10 million lawsuit like out of it. If he wins, like
yeah.
if Rittenhouse gets guilty,
Who knows what'll happen?
he's trying to
in
go
that.
for like $10 million.
Yeah, I don't
So-
think that's gonna happen.
No,
But
I'm wondering if if Rittenhouse gets let go, find him like self defense, does that dude get charged?
it's a good question.
How does that work? I don't know
Yeah.
how that works.
Well, I mean, he should, because his gun was for sure illegal,
Raised.
and he was
Yeah, he wasn't even supposed to have it.
no, he wasn't supposed to have a gun, or there's something to that. He was on parole or some shit. I don't know. For real,
I mean,
right?
it's like
For real.
He's a-
yeah,
no,
dude,
he's a
he's like
felon.
out
He's a
on
felon.
parole,
Yeah,
dude.
he's a felon.
Yeah.
He's a
I know,
felon,
it's
so he's
just
not allowed to have
This
one.
is such a no-brainer,
Yeah.
Like Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong.
Yeah. And I was talking about it with my girl, and she was like, And, she's like, yeah, he was obviously, she was like, the poor kid's gonna, like, be fucking ostracized for the rest of his life over this. And I was like, well, I don't think so.
No way, dude.
Maybe by the
No
left, but
way, yeah.
but,
Yeah.
like,
Dude's gonna be hooked up everywhere he goes
Yeah.
for like patriot, like by patriot businesses.
yeah.
He's gonna he's gonna be able to sue the shit out of fucking. You got to remember, like, so if he gets off, which he should be because of what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Right. You got to remember the fucking like Facebook called him a mass shooter. Okay, yeah. Facebook labeled him a mass shooter. Fucking newspapers labeled him a mass shooter. Right?
White boy
fucking
Rick on the screen the whole time.
Damn it, yeah. Can't be eating edibles and producing, bro.
And trying to get in the conversation. I'm like, I gotta push this button. Picture.
No. So GoFundMe took down his GoFundMe because he was a mass shooter. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
The media and the big tech labeled this kid a villain and a mass shooter before his trial. You know?
Yeah.
Like, so he's gonna he'll be able to sue them.
Yeah, it's a lot like that kid.
Like that, exactly. What was his name?
The MAGA hat kid.
Yeah, the MAGA hat kid, dude. Like, he should be able to do the same thing as that dude.
Yeah.
So, dude's set. Like, yeah, he had a rough year.
What do you think the outcome's going to be like after this trial and stuff? Even if he does walk, you think there's going to be riots and stuff?
I think there's going to be something.
Yeah.
I don't know how big it's going to be, but there'll definitely be something. There's something over everything now.
Yep.
What are you talking about, riots?
Yeah, just whatever. I mean, any kind of action that's going to come out of him being let off.
I think it really depends on what the media does with the story. So if they really like hammer away at this non-guilty verdict, then people are gonna be like blah blah blah. But I think if there's like some other false flag that happens and takes away everyone's attention from it, then there's not gonna be anything.
Yeah.
And then it's just like they're like, oh, this was our L, so we'll just sweep it under the rug with Justin Bieber.
Some star getting an overdose or something
exactly.
like that.
Justin Bieber dies. Like,
yeah.
Well, if the sacrifice one, because we lost that, like that's that's what it goes into. I mean, and or they want the chaos and they blow up the non-guilty verdict and then they get some rioting in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
is it Wisconsin, right?
It is in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think it really would depend on where that was at. So if this was like in like maybe like Chicago or something, that they would blow up the narrative of him being not guilty. So that way that there's like this huge, or if it was in, New York City or somewhere like some super blue state that they could, really like
use that as a play. Yeah.
destroy with like chaos.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll do it in Wisconsin because it won't, I don't know. It's not a
hotbed.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't draw as much chaos, I don't feel like, as if like some crackhead getting killed by a police officer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll figure out a way.
So, I mean, yeah, they could too.
Have you heard about the Project Veritas thing?
Yeah, that's really weird, especially because before, when that whole diary thing came out, I just wasn't sure if it was real.
The diary itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think they kind of proved was, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, that's what James O'Keefe he came out and said, like, with his little statement that he put out. He was basically saying, like, they didn't really run anything with it because they didn't know if it was real
authentic.
Or not. Yeah. And, they're like, we're not going to run something that we can't, like, verify. But the fact that, and then Tucker Carlson, do you fuck with him at all?
Yeah, I mean, I like Tucker Carlson. I just have been, like, heavily against Fox after they just
I feel you.
The last election.
You. I like Tucker. I didn't
So
know
do
I
I.
liked. I never knew I liked Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
But I do. I like his charisma. And
I
shit.
mean, he spits the truth for as much as you can being on national television.
But he did a good piece on the Veritas thing, you know, and he was basically like, you know, saying like, holy shit, they used the fucking FBI to raid a journalist over a diary. Like, when has this ever happened in history over a diary?
Yeah, but they closed their eyes to
Yeah.
Hunter Biden's laptop. They closed their eyes to
like
Jeffrey Epstein's
we're
pedophile
talking,
island.
we're talking
like,
a girl's diary
it's the president's diary, Jake.
that the FBI fucking gets involved for.
Yeah. So
must be pretty bad for.
Was it a verified diary or I saw like
They haven't. I don't think they've like officially. I don't
even
know if they've officially said, but I mean that kind of says.
What's it say? What's it accusing in it? That's what I'm saying. I just seen like I literally.
I don't
seen
know.
Snippets of it.
I don't know. I don't think anything's like official because, like I said, like Veritas didn't do anything official on it. But I think from what I understand,
Sex
it's
stuff,
like
right?
sex stuff.
Yeah.
But whether that's true or
seems
not,
to be like
can't
a
be.
story or like.
I'm not gonna run that. You know, just
Yeah.
like the whole like he pooped his pants at the Vatican.
At the Vatican.
Yeah, what's up with that too? Like,
That's like one of those things. Like I don't say that. I would never be like, oh, Biden pooped his pants at the Vatican because
sounds like
it's
a
like
flat earther
it's like
shit.
No, it's like
Make you
it's like the
sound
same
stupid.
thing. Like
It's just a rumor.
it's one of those things. Like I have on it from a good source, you know, from a close source, insider, that this is what happened, and like they used to do that with Trump all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like, an insider says that Trump said this, and everyone would be like, oh my God, did you hear what Trump said? You know, and it's like we would be like, oh well, who's the source? You know, like who's the source? Blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna fucking go along with that being used.
Yeah,
got you.
it
Against
just
Biden,
seems
you know?
it seems like just childish and like I don't know, like it seems.
I can. I
Here's
think
the
it
thing.
could be true.
It might be true.
I can 100%
true.
think it's true.
Yeah, but I think it's like one of those,
I personally think it's
why-
definitely true, but I would never.
why aren't
I'd
you,
never use that.
Why aren't you talking about, you know, it's like, why are we talking about him shitting his pants? Why aren't we talking about him killing like 7 people with a drone
Yeah,
strike?
I
or,
think-
like killing 7 children.
Because I think it would
like-
just say that he's
losing it. Yeah.
he's a puppet with Alzheimer's that they're using.
yeah.
You know?
Isn't that
Like,
obvious?
I know.
Well,
Isn't
I
that
mean,
obvious? Like, fuck.
unless our eyes deceive us, I mean, apparently a lot of people don't.
No, he's
see it.
80 fucking years old.
Yeah.
Like he's 80 years old. No 80-year-old is there.
He's like so sharp.
no.
Yeah.
Well, Trump's like 80.
Yeah, I know. He's an outlier.
Freak of nature.
He's an outlier.
Yeah.
He's an outlier.
He's a fucking lion.
He's a
Yeah, exactly.
that's our guy right there.
Boy, fucking lion.
He's a fucking Zionist.
But Trump's always like, let's take
Let's
a. Trump's always like, let's take a cognitive test. You know,
Yeah, at least he is ready to like prove it or try to step up to the
he
plate.
wants to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Even though he could just pay like any doctor to be like, yep, he's all
Yeah.
good, right? Real quick, I started listening to that Joe Rogan episode, with all the comedians on it, with like Ari.
Oh,
and-
dude, it's fucking gold. Man.
yeah, I'm really liking
it's
it, man.
fun. I've listened to it 3 times.
Yeah, I'm really digging. I'm probably about 40 minutes in.
I'll send it to
Yeah,
you.
send it to
I'll
me.
send it to you.
It's I'm already like I was listening to it at work, and then like every now and then, like when I was on break and shit, like I'd watch it, you know, because I'm listening it through Spotify, and so then I could like turn
Watch
it on
it.
and watch it.
yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely laughed more in like the first 30 minutes than I did the entire Dave Chappelle show.
Oh yeah.
You know,
For sure, dude. These guys are fucking comedians. Like,
yeah, it was really I am digging it, and it's funny. One of the things I noticed when I was watching it is Joe Rogan made me more comfortable with smoking cigars because like I always like if I smoke a cigar with like Joe or something,
Yeah.
you know. I always am like, do I look stupid? Am I like, how do I hold this thing? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like I'm smoking this wrong. And Joe Rogan looks real dumb smoking a cigar.
They all look kind of
You know?
dumb. Yeah.
And so it made me feel better. Like I'm like, okay, like Joe,
Okay.
like Joe Rogan,
Even this guy, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
goofy smoking a cigar.
No, I got you.
You know, but yeah, I like the topics they're bringing up and
Dude,
shit.
it's
And like,
they're funny as fuck, dude. All those comedians. So it's Mark Norman, Ari Shaffir, Shane Gillis, and Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Like
I really like Shane Gillis. I never fucked with.
Have
Shane
you watched
Gillis.
his special?
No.
Oh my god, dude, you got to watch
Is
it.
it on like Netflix?
No, it's on YouTube for free.
Oh, okay.
For free. You can watch it and all the way through, no
Yeah,
ads.
I will now because like I just never knew
dude, you're gonna
to watch
fucking
him. You know,
love Shane Gillis.
I liked
dude.
him on I like him on this episode of.
Has he done Trump on it yet?
Yeah, he did Trump on it, and I was
Dude.
like, "Holy shit!" You know, because I wasn't watching it at that time; I was just listening to
Yeah.
it, and I was just like, "Holy fuck, he sounds just like him."
So do you know his? I think I kind of
Yeah, he's the Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I like how because he always he kept saying like he'll keep being like, "Well, I'm a racist,"
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure. So I can say
Yeah, so I can say this.
So I can say whatever.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's really good. I'll send it to you. So it's like one of those Rogans. It's what I got into Rogan for, was like having him having on like stand-ups, and then they're just shooting the shit and talking about like making fun of each other, talking about whatever the fuck they want. Like
Yeah.
that's what Joe Rogan always was. You know, that's where Joe Rogan's fan base came from, was him having stand-ups on. And
they call him out for like being. They're like, "You're the Illuminati,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm not. That's the problem." You know.
Yeah, for sure.
But they brought up real quick about the Trump debate.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot which one brought it up on him. You know, but they're like,
Shane Gillis, I think.
they're like, you should have had that debate. You know, and he was like, yeah, Trump hit me up wanting the debate on the show. I really do think he should have done that. Like, I mean, I can understand. I understand. I guess there would be reasons not to.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but like, I feel like that would have been. That's like, I think he really blew it on like a heroic moment, like a historical heroic moment there.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. I think
Like-
so. He should have did it. Like, there's no reason why.
There could have,
But
but
do you
there
think
could
that
have been.
the other guy would have agreed to it?
No, he wouldn't have.
No
actually.
way.
I think that he said no to it. And
No, Joe said no because Joe
Yeah,
brought it up
that's what
on
I'm saying.
on a different
Joe
episode.
Biden
about
No,
how he didn't want to do
Rogan
it.
said no.
Oh
to
yeah,
it,
yeah.
But no, Joe Biden also, his party wasn't into it.
Dude, there was no way.
No.
Trump would have
But
ate
still,
him like a shark.
But
dude.
still, if it would have came like it, even Joe Rogan accepting it and it being a thing like for them to use,
He should have.
would have been a big eye opener for a lot of people.
100%.
Like,
He should have been like, let's do it. Like, let's do it now. Like,
change the history of
Yeah.
debates. How presidential debates
because
are
he's always talking about how.
brought it into the 20. Where are we in the 21st century?
21st
Yeah, we
century.
talked
Yeah.
about this last night.
I don't fucking know what century we're in.
No, but he always talks about how this conversation, just sitting down and like talking, is the best way to get to know somebody or get a good read on somebody, is a long form, because you can't, there's no bullshit,
Yeah.
you can't break it down, like it's unedited, boom,
Yeah.
this is what it is, and there's no breaks or no people feeding you lines or anything.
All I
So-
could see, like, I could see like the cabal hit up Joe and was like, "Yeah, you're gonna turn this down,
we're gonna kill your family.
or we're gonna kill your family."
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like
For real.
he goes
For real.
against,
You know?
like he
Does he got kids?
takes the
Yes.
side of.
Yeah. So
Young kids, young daughters.
That's-
yeah.
it's understandable. If that's.
I
the
think
case.
that's the whole case with Rogan. Like, so
for
like,
sure.
I think that's Rogan in general. I think has he been compromised? No, but has he been threatened?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
And-
Like when I say like I don't trust him, like I give him benefit of the doubt because I can see that being the possibility of like, he's got to watch himself.
Yeah.
Because he's got a family.
Well, that's why he's making moves and moving to Texas, and like having all these pro 2A people on, giving him guns. He probably has a fucking locker full of guns, and he's on fucking 600 acres, or he's gonna buy 600 acres in Texas. Like,
yeah.
he has fucking, he's been prepping forever. That's like what he's
Yeah.
been hip to it before anyone was hip to it. Especially probably because they approached him and been like, hey, you need to shut up, quiet down, or do this or that, take these off, or we're gonna, I don't know. But when you do look into like the Owen Benjamin stuff with him, like that stuff is weak. It's weak, and
Yeah.
because Owen Benjamin's a good comedian and he should be heard, and it's fucked up that they do silence him. And
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's because he's a flat earther? No. Is it because he's, says the N-word? No, because they back Louis, they back everyone else. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? Like he's a comedian.
Yeah,
he's a
that's
great comedian.
That's
that one's tricky.
That's what gets weird, like stuff like that. That's when I'm like, okay, what's is he getting these green light, red light things? Like,
Yeah.
you can't have this guy on,
Yeah, for sure.
or something bad's gonna happen to you. You can't have Dow Bigtree on because he will open too many fucking eyes.
Yeah. And
you can't have Robert Kennedy on because
and both of them should be on. Like, I mean, that's like, I don't know. That's his shit. But maybe he doesn't like
watch
that
this.
shit
Watch
as
this
much.
save. Watch this save real quick. When watch that.
Oh shit!
Wait, look at that.
That's Nettie, dude.
Yeah.
That guy's.
He could be a star, man.
Sorry.
He might
We
be.
had to- Sometimes you gotta stop for the game. You know, he's gotta.
That's why we, encourage you guys to go to the YouTube channel and watch the video because you'll see what we're talking about when you don't know what we're talking about. But like, subscribe, and share. Make us money. Give us cryptocurrency so we can buy milk, cow milks.
Buy some land.
Milking cows.
So it sucks that now I can't, like, my kids can't watch Sesame Street anymore.
Because
they'll like
I knew,
influence
like,
them.
yeah, I knew like Sesame Street was always woke, but now, because a lot of times I'd play like a little bit older episodes,
Yeah.
like 2010 shit.
I'm not hip to any Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Because Sesame Street does a good job. Like it does do a good job on like teaching shit.
Okay.
Like it does.
Yeah.
But now like, and they've been going woke, obviously, more and more and more and more and more and more and more. But now they've crossed the line. They got their advertising. They have all their puppets getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
Like Big Bird put out a tweet about getting vaccinated, and Joe Biden
Liked it on Twitter or something.
He retweeted it and was
gosh.
like, "Good job, Big Bird." Blah 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 blah. and then what's worse is they had on CNN, they had the ABCs of COVID vaccines with Elmo, Big Bird, who's that Santo, that CNN doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Sanjay Gupta.
Sanjay
Sanjay Gupta.
Yeah. That fucking douchebag. So they had like three Sesame Street puppets, and then like that guy and some fucking chick like doing like a thing on CNN on fucking CNN. Okay, so
Yeah.
think about that. Like morning time CNN,
We're coming for your kids.
they have Sesame Street puppets being talked to by CNN people.
Yeah.
Like, who's their target audience there?
Children.
Are children watching CNN?
Dude, I was watching.
Are children watching CNN?
No.
So
No,
why why is it?
Maybe
like,
they
look
show
it
it
up.
to 'em
Bring
in
it up.
school or
Find it on the
something.
screen. Find fucking Sesame Street on CNN. Like, look at this shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
And find images.
All Zoom calls too.
Right there. Bring that one
Yeah.
up. That's what it is. That's what they had on fucking CNN. Like adults are watching this and like.
Well, because
So what they're doing is they're tapping into nostalgia.
well,
you know?
mom's watching this.
Exactly.
Mom's watching this. The kids are at home
Yeah.
or whatever. Dad's watching this for you guys. I don't know who whatever you call
Whatever
them.
you
Is
call
mom and dad dead now? Can I
Oh,
not
God.
say that
Yeah,
anymore?
I don't think you're allowed
Birthing
to-
people.
I don't think
Mom
you're allowed
X,
to say
Dad
that.
X.
Yeah,
I don't
You're
know.
not allowed
Whatever.
to be like a
But
family.
so they're watching it, and then the kids are there seeing it, so they're like, "Oh, look, exactly." So they
Opening you
bring-
up to the idea of,
Yeah.
oh, these vaccines
Well,
are good for your kids.
I seen a fucking commercial today that was on regular, whatever, like Channel 7, ABC, and it was a vaccine commercial. It was the same vaccine commercial that they were playing before, but it's like a black and white with like music behind it. And it was like people, like everyday people, a black lady telling you to get your vaccine, some Chinese guy telling you to get your vaccine, and then like a trans woman telling you to get your vaccine, but it's a commercial of all kids now telling you to get your vaccine. And I'm like, hold on, what? Like, what's going on? Like, it's like all of them are kids telling you. So it's like the narrative switched, and now they're like children. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not listening to these kids because, like, what do you mean? Like, but who are they playing that for? Like, they're like, look at these kids that are getting the vaccine, like you should be.
Oh, they're coming for our kids now. No, motherfucker. They've always been coming for our kids.
Because your kids
They've
are you.
always been coming for our fucking kids. Yeah. Always.
They want to get them when
and
they're
now what it is now is that fucking they got all these mandates in place for the adults. Gotta get your fucking vaccine, you're gonna lose your fucking life. You're gonna lose your career. All right. They got that fucking locked in. Now, right? Why do we gotta get the kids? Why do we get the kids have like no threat to COVID? Like kids aren't fucking dying from COVID. I mean, yeah, you can, but whatever. Fucking why do we gotta get 5 to 11-year-olds vaccinated? Why? Because this shit ain't going away. Okay, This shit ain't going away. Now we got a new vaccine to bring in more money for starting at 5 years old. Now that 5-year-old has to get a fucking booster every fucking year.
Yeah, it's your immune system
for the rest of his life.
So do you know
what I'm saying?
So 5 years from now, they're going to be 10, or 5 years from then, 15.
It's just it's just going to be every year now.
It's like Disney
every
Plus,
year
dude.
they got to get a fucking booster.
They're the adults of the generation. They'll be the adults of the next generation.
Yeah.
So you got to get them now.
So they got the adults. They got the adults with it, right? And they're like, okay, we got all the adults. Cool, because like we got it mandated on adults, and like we don't have any other vaccines mandated on adults. We've always had the kids, right? It was easy to get the kids mandated, because scare tactics are a lot easier with kids, scaring the parents and shit. But we never had an adult one, right? Well, we got that now. They got the adult one with COVID, so now you have to get vaccinated as an adult, right? Even though you haven't been vaccinated for your childhood vaccines, you haven't gotten a booster in those in the last fucking 15 years. Most people aren't up to date on their fucking childhood vaccines anymore because there's so many of them. But they got one now. They got the fucking adult vaccine. Now we got to bring it back to the kid so that we have a customer for life.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's like what you're saying. I mean, they've been coming at the kids for everything forever.
Yeah, forever.
Because they know that obviously that's the next generation. So if you get it ingrained in their heads now that just get the vaccine, we want to be safe. Yeah. Like then they're gonna be saying that, spitting that same shit, fucking 10 years from now when they're the adults and they're the.
Do you guys think that like the vaccine makes your immune system worse?
Probably.
And that like you'll need another booster?
Absolutely.
It's literally just
absolutely
like they're making our immune system a subscription.
Yeah, 100%.
Once you get it, you have to have like Pfizer, and that's why all these weirdos are getting like Pfizer tattooed on their body. They're like proud of.
Yeah, well, they think they're saving the world, but I mean, it's obviously not. They're not. They don't care about your health. You knew that before, so stop fucking thinking it.
How many boosters are necessary, literally, before you realize like?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. I mean, the flu they tried it with the flu vaccine. It didn't work. So what did they do? This.
Yeah.
They did this. And I mean, we can almost say that without sounding like conspiracy theorists now, knowing that this came out of a lab and this was man-made.
Yeah.
So we can almost say that they did this. Like, they made this. Like, Fauci's and all those fucking evil crones that work underneath that, the WHO,
who are fucking
CDC,
killing puppies, who's killing puppies and shit that
no one even cares.
All of a sudden people don't care anymore. That
exactly.
Where's PETA? Where's fucking?
I know. And that shit's fucked. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, they've been doing that on dogs. I'm like, yeah, but that's the guy that's telling you to be safe. Like, that he wants you safe.
Yeah.
That's
he's cutting the throats. He's cutting the vocal cords.
He's okaying it.
Of
whatever.
puppies' throats so that they can't hear them scream and yelp while they put them in a bag and let fucking sandflies eat their faces.
Yeah.
Like, that's the guy who's telling you what to do, what health is about. Like, that's
but no,
isn't that guy on fucking a part of Hydra?
He's a psychopath.
Like, isn't that like Hydra shit?
Yeah, that's some psycho
fucking
shit.
in Marvel?
Yeah, it's
Isn't that
bad
what a
shit.
Hydra guy does?
It's the same shit that the PETA people are bitching about. Like, yeah, this shit's fucked up. Well, then, yeah, that shit's fucked up. And this guy's the same guy, the savior of humanity that you're calling him, that's telling you how to be healthy. No, he's fucked up. He's a fucking psycho. Like,
it's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like,
and people be like, oh, it's not Fauci doing that. It's like, no, he is funding all of this. It is that guy. And it's all the people underneath him that are doing these crazy experiments that we think are fucked up, and we don't want them done on our children now. Like,
you bring up that Sesame
shit,
Street picture again, because I just want to go back to that real quick about how, just like look at it, like that is just, it's so fake, you know. It's like the epitome of how fucking fake it all is.
Well, that's why that shit's losing. That's why that shit's losing, though.
We got puppets.
Yeah.
Like all their ratings, you mean?
Yeah, they're fucking. No one's watching this shit. No one's watching this fucking shit. Like, they're not though. They're really not. Like, more people are listening to fucking podcasts than, you know, taking in their news in a whole other way. So that shit. That's why it's they're almost on their last fucking straw. They're like, oh, we got to get Big Bird.
Big Bird on this.
We gotta get fucking Big Bird.
It ain't working. We need Big Bird. Everyone likes
Sesame
Big Bird.
Street.
We tried Tom Hanks.
We didn't let that motherfucker go on the Challenger for a reason.
Yeah, right. Right. Exactly. There was a reason behind that. Yeah. No, I don't know, but I mean that, you know, that is the lowest of lows.
Like you got all these people out here being like, dude, look at, there's scientists, there's thousands of scientists and doctors, credible doctors and scientists saying like all this shit is wrong. All this shit is wrong. They have different viewpoints on it, and they're just like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
They're like, they got
Big Bird. Elmo told me it's okay. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, I feel you 100%. It's fucked up. That is. It is crazy.
We're
man.
screwed.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the satanic ritual that happened in Houston?
I've been waiting for you guys to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's pretty heavy. That shit's pretty heavy.
Shit's real heavy, man.
Yeah. And like the symbolism of everything in it. Like, I'll pull up some shit on it.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know what we're talking about, you're living under a fucking rock. You don't know what we're talking about. You voted for Joe Biden.
Pretty much.
Even they know.
Yeah, they do know. Even they know.
They're looking at it
Even they know.
at a different.
You dumb motherfuckers.
They're like, they probably got COVID.
They're probably blaming the police or something.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, it's the police.
Blaming the
fault.
police, yeah.
Like, yeah. They're like, this shit, what? Yeah, you're like, Houston was fucked up, man. We got to defund the police there. Yeah. I'm like, no, it was
something totally unrelated.
It was a fucking sacrifice lie.
Yeah. So there's a lot of theories going around. There's a lot of conspiracy. There's a lot of blame going around. There's a lot of defending going around. There's a lot of people saying, like, defending Travis, being like, oh, what could he do and everything like this, and like, oh, we got that one clip. They all defend him, and they, like, anyone that you see defending him, in like especially on like TikTok, like, there's people defending him, and like their post will have like 1 million likes. Right, and they all show the same clip. They'll all be like, "The news didn't show you this."
Yeah. I see that.
And it's like him. It's like him being like, "Whoa! Someone passed away right there." And then like it shows a girl being like lifted up who's dead, and then they're like, "You see, he stopped the show and helped them." And then he's just like, "Yeah."
For real.
Like, what? This is what you're showing me to defend this motherfucker?
They're like, no,
That he
dude.
starts chanting?
No, dude. He was sending him away. He was giving him a praise. I was like, yeah, to the fucking blood god.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude, fucking Moloch,
And
bro.
Moloch, yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's fucked up, man.
It's so fucked
right
up,
in your
dude.
face.
It's
It's right in your face.
I get anxiety when I watch the videos.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the Super Bowl, or that shit was weird too? They always do this weird shit.
No, let's stay on Travis.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
quick.
I'm just saying they always do this weird shit. They do like weird symbolism in their shows. You know?
I think Mo just scored.
He said, "Let's stay on Travis," and then he's like, "Yo, check out the Wings game."
Let me fix my chair here. Keep sinking down.
I mean, this can't be the first time you've seen like a concert look satanic.
No,
That's what I'm
absolutely
saying.
not. But I think there is okay. So how I feel about it is, I don't think this is like a false flag event. Okay, like I don't think this was like set up. Maybe, I don't know, because there's a lot of people explaining about how poorly it was designed, like the setup for it, like showing like the way that the crowd. Okay, I'll explain this. So the way the stage was set up, like they had where the sound booth was and everything. They had this section where like they had cameras and like rich VIP, like where Kylie Jenner would be sitting,
Okay.
set up going across the middle of the general audience, right? And that part usually, and then that is connected to a runway that goes to the stage, basically like an opening that walks to the stage. Usually that part where those extreme VIPs are is usually not there in these kind of concerts. And what that did is that made people flood. They didn't want to be behind that. Like the audience didn't want to be behind that because it obstructed their view. So it makes people flood into this corridors. I'm doing a bad job explaining it because I don't have visuals to show you. But basically they're saying like the way it funneled people in is it created like these death traps. By forcing,
Because they
by
got
obstructing
trampled?
this view, it created this like this path going this way into the two sides, and it created this like area where most of the people died because they had nowhere to go, and it
Okay.
was creating so much pressure
Yes.
that it's a death trap, basically.
Okay.
But anyways, I don't think it was like they were like, yeah, we're gonna kill people. You know, I don't think it was like a Vegas shooting thing, right? I think it was more. I really do think it was more of like a dark magic type thing where the whole event was a ritual
Yes.
drawing in something negative, or summoning, designed to summon something negative energy, something. And that all those people dying is the outcome of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I think too. I mean, yeah, it's obviously not a false flag because only like, I mean, not only, but like 8 people died. Like,
Well,
it
in what
wasn't-
way would it be a false
That
flag?
we know.
Yeah, okay, but which is there's people talking about that too, like that more people died. But the fact of the matter is, I think it's more like you said, like it's meant to draw media's eyes to the whole thing, so that way everyone's blasting, all these images and all this like clips of the videos, and
Yeah.
so they're making everyone watch like all these deaths and these like people be
Yeah.
taken away ceremoniously through the crowd of like, but everyone's watching it like because like it's big news. So
Yeah, and I think the event itself was it was a dark ritual, and because I know everybody's blaming Travis and everything, but like yes, he's part of it, but it's the crowd's fault too. All right, and I watched a TikTok from one of the EMTs that was there, and he was talking about his experience on it. And he was like, dude, like my team, like the whole EMT, he's like, they had staff there. He's like, all the medical staff there was like fucking top notch. He's like, we just couldn't do anything. You know, he was talking about how he went in and to on a call for a girl, right? Got to a girl, non-responsive, not breathing, no pulse for like 10 minutes. He's like, nobody was helping her. Right? There's like one person helping her. And everyone else kept watching the show.
Yeah.
And he's like, this girl hasn't had a pulse for like 10 minutes, right? And then he's like, I can't get this girl. He's with a partner, right? He had to split up. He was with like a 4-person team. They had to split off 2 and 2 because they got on the way to her, they got another call of a non-responsive, okay? So they split off. So it left him and his partner dealing with this girl. They needed a way to get her back. he had to leave his partner who was doing CPR on her, all right, to go back and get like a crash bag, whatever that is in the EMT world. It sounds important.
I believe it's.
Yes, needed something, right? Going back, right? Gets the crash bag, right? And he's like, it was so hard to maneuver around. On his way back, he gets comes upon another non-responsive, no pulse, right? Somebody working CPR on her, one EMT. I guess they're supposed to have partners on this shit. This dude's alone. He's like, where's your partner? He's like, my partner's on another non-responsive. And he's like, fuck, I'll come back for you. I have to go to the first person I came across, right? So he's on his way back. In between that one and the original girl, he comes across another one, non-responsive, one person doing CPR. Where's your partner? He's on another call.
Yeah.
He was like, my mind was blown. He's like, in the first 10 minutes of going into this audience, he's like, I come across 3 non-responsives, like needing CPR. He was talking about how, and he was saying like it became a death trap. He's like, we're in a non-safe situation. Like we are in danger as ourselves as medics right now. And he was talking about how the biggest fucking thing, like no matter what everyone's saying to him, what he saw was the lack of care from the audience.
Yeah, they're too glued
that
to the...
nobody gave a fuck. And he's like, yeah, we're seeing videos of these people climbing up and yelling for them to stop the show and doing what they can. He's like, those people are fucking heroes because majority of the people there were like fucking zombies.
Yeah.
And they had no regard for human life.
Yeah, because they were fucking... They walked because through they the were trans.
Because they were part of a fucking... a satanic fucking dark magic, whatever you want to call it, man. Like... There's energy out there. Like energy exists. Like whether it's Satan, demonic, or it's just some type of universal bad negativity. This was a fucking it was like a what would you call it? Like a conductor that was designed to draw that.
Yeah.
And so those audience members were just, not only had they been brainwashed throughout their lives with social media and like the demonic shit in music industry already.
Yeah.
They've already been programmed for that. It's like they've been programmed for this event. So that when it came down to let's put out a big conductor and draw some shit in, they will all partake in it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they walked through the gates of hell to get in there. Like as I showed the images earlier, and they walked into the mouth of hell. I mean, everything. And if you look into it, just look into like Travis Scott, like satanic imagery.
Yeah, dude.
Like look at him as like an artist, period.
Yes.
Like this is like throughout his whole career. Like he's just all about this shit. And there's people like, I watched this, I've talked about it on this before, but this show, it was a Netflix show about like a rapper competition, like The Voice. And Chance the Rapper was on it, and they all had to make a music video. And Chance the Rapper was like watching one dude's video, and he was like, yeah, he's like, this video is cool and stuff. He's like, but you got to be careful with the dark stuff. He's like, the directors and everyone around you are going to try to put some dark, evil, satanic stuff in your music. He's like, you got to not let them. And like Chance the Rapper is very known for like he kind of left like hip hop culture and hip hop life to like pursue, life with his wife and his children and like spreading a positive message through Chicago. Like Chance the Rapper's awake for sure to a certain degree. And like he says that shit. He's like, they're gonna put this shit in your music. He's like, you might not even know it's getting in there.
Yeah.
He's like, but they're gonna put it in there. And I think that this instance at Astroworld is just that's what the set design was around. That's what everything was around, was like portals to hell. Like,
yes.
And that's how people reacted.
Have you seen this shit about CERN?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I'm saying like how they were doing something big with CERN at the same time.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
What is the situation?
They were
with CERN?
like, I don't know. I don't exactly know what it is, but they were taking a piece of like like I guess the I don't know like what it is, but it's like the big circle thing of CERN, what that's called, if that is the what is it, particle collider
Yeah,
thing.
the Hadron
They're taking
Collider.
some big thing and putting
No,
it
see,
finally
it's-
putting it down in this like 100-foot like tunnel underground, like to
I've heard things about this.
basically something big was going on at CERN at the same time as this.
How would I even
Just type
search
CERN
that?
portal to hell or something like that.
No,
No, because there's going to be a lot about that.
Okay.
Because CERN.
what day did the concert take place? That was like Sunday or something. Saturday.
CERN breaking news.
Saturday.
Let me look here.
No, you got to go to the news section.
Right here.
Up. Nope, go up. Click news. Go down.
Where'd you see this? Do you remember?
No, it's
No.
on TikTok. People showing. Like there was like a guy. There's a guy that runs like a TikTok in CERN.
Like, is this the circle
he-
thing that you're talking
yeah.
about, though?
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways,
I wouldn't doubt that, though. I mean, not one bit. That
there's a lot of big stuff. I mean, yeah, the imagery, all the people coming out, talking out that were there, being like, I thought I was in hell. Like I felt like I was in hell. The fact that so people were explaining and showing video that were there about how they like. I watched this one girl who went and she went to the stage. She went front stage at like fucking like 8 a.m. in the morning and camped out front stage, right? And she said that all day as it was packing, it was getting more packed in there. All day they had these fucking crazy sounds and tones going all day over the speakers. And they were like, she was like, it was like giving me anxiety and driving me crazy.
Oh,
And
there's something
they had
to
all
that.
these big sounds coming in, sirens going off, like
For
the
sure.
whole time. You know, definitely something in that with that,
Yeah.
of course. And then our boy Larry, he works a lot of festival events. It's like part of his job. He travels around and everything and works a lot of these type of festivals. He said, I forgot what I could actually look right now. He worked a festival that that Travis Scott played. I'll find the festival.
So do you think that like those tones are related to
Rolling Loud? I think Rolling is that a festival, Rolling Loud? But he said that he was working that festival, and in the morning they were doing like tests on like bass noises, and he said that there was a frequency going on, this bass frequency they kept playing, that they were running sound checks on, and he said that it was giving him anxiety, like it made him feel he's never heard anything like it, and it gave him anxiety and everything like that.
That's what I was just going to ask you. If you think it's related to the vaccine.
Do I think it's really? I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be.
Like if you just think about like 5G. Yeah, it's not I'm not saying it's related to 5G, but just the concept of like a vibration or a sound like
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could. I could see that in there. I think
activating something.
I have a hard time like with all the videos that are coming out like on TikTok and stuff of people claiming to be there, and these people are claiming to be here, but they're also showing videos. Like they're showing like they're like, this is me here, right here,
Yeah.
at the show. All these people coming out are talking. They all keep talking about seeing like hundreds of bodies. Do you know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard anything like that, but that's yeah.
They're all talking about seeing bodies everywhere, dude. Like it's not like we're talking out of like 50,000 people, like out of 50,000 people, 8 people died, and they're talking about them themselves seeing like mass amounts of bodies on the ground, like unconscious, thinking like they're all like, we saw a bunch of dead people. So I don't know if I believe the real numbers that we're hearing.
Yeah.
You know, it comes out that like,
do we ever believe the real numbers?
We never believe the real numbers, guys. Never.
But
but
what
more
about people getting stuck? Did you hear about that shit?
Yeah, I didn't really dive into that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know either. But there's like it's like something too with the guy, the EMT, being like, "What's up with all these people?" And security guard feeling like he got pricked with something,
Yeah, that's one thing I heard.
and it's like, well, what's that? I mean, are they just adding to the chaos for, you know? But I mean, I've also been at a concert where it's felt dangerous before.
Yes,
too.
that's why I wanted to get
Yeah.
into it with the I have a real hard time like hearing these stories and seeing the videos because it gives me extreme anxiety because like I felt like that before. You know, I felt that being stuck in a crowd. What was it? The Warp Tour they did
The
at
first Comerica
the first
Warped Tour.
yeah the very first Comerica Warp Tour they did in Detroit at Comerica Park was a fucking disaster. It was like we were seeing people passing out and everything because A, they ran out of water, and B, the way that they put the two main stages at one side and then all the smaller stages on the other side, and they had this like real narrow path between the two.
A death trap.
It was like a super, yeah, and it was, and like people were like literally just passing out and shit because like they ran out of water and they were getting stuck. And I remember being stuck in that death trap and feeling like holy shit, like this is serious,
It's
you know.
dangerous. Yeah.
And then another time was again at Warp Tour when I wanted to watch Taking Back Sunday, and I was standing in like a good spot. Like I wasn't close to the stage. I was like pretty far back, like just kind of in the middle. And it just kept getting more crowded and more crowded and more crowded and more crowded. And then I was like, holy shit, like I got to get the fuck out of here. Like I got to get the fuck out like now.
Because you had that PTSD from that first Warped Tour.
Yeah.
You were like, I
Yeah.
know this.
I know this.
Yeah.
And like it was not, neither of those experiences were a good feeling at all. It
I've
was, like,
actually had-
super scary.
I was talking to a buddy of mine. He was at Warped Tour a different year, and he was like, I had a very similar experience to it being too intense for me because of the way that the people. So maybe this is a thing too. Maybe they designed these death traps on purpose.
Yeah.
you know?
Maximum amount of casualties.
Yeah.
They need all the blood for Moloch.
So when like I could just imagine like feeling, I can imagine I feel what they're saying they felt like, but then also add in the fucking imagery of what's going on at the show. Okay, and I have to put the side note in, and it's gonna sound horrible because like all the tragedy and all the demonic symbolism and all the demonic ritual that it was like a pretty fucking dope like setup. Right? Like it was like
I felt the same way.
it's like a pretty fucking
Those poor
dope
people.
like concert.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, like
You know,
if you were
like-
at summer camp and you saw this,
Yeah,
like, you'd be like,
like-
"Damn, this
like,
is fire!"
they did like yeah, this was a demonic ritual for sure, like a conductor of negative energy, but like they did a really good job. Like, you know?
Obviously.
Like they did a really good job of like setting that up.
No, I back that.
You know,
That's
you
why it
feel
works
me?
so well.
100%.
You feel me?
Like when I was looking at all the imagery of the set design and everything, and like it looking like, and they're taking from like old fucking 13th century paintings and stuff, and I was like, well, that's pretty dope. Oh, like all people are gonna be going into this mouth. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, and then even like with the tones and stuff that they were using, because like you watch the videos of like the actual performance, like while he's performing, right? There's that famous one. It's really eerie when you watch it. It's the famous one where there's an ambulance in the middle, some type of ambulance, right, in the middle of the crowd, and he addresses it. He's like, what's going on there? Blah blah blah, and then two people come up on stage and approach him, and we don't hear what he's saying, right? But he's like, nah. He's like, nah, and he like basically like shoos them off, right? So he's seeing something bad's going down, right? Where we've seen a lot of artists. There's plenty of videos, especially now because people are posting them. Plenty of videos of artists completely stopping their show and like doing whatever it takes to get somebody out that needs to get out, right? So he's not doing that. He's seeing something's happening. He gets approached by people, shoos them away, and then he's like, put your middle fingers up in the air.
if you're okay, right?
I think he's just like put your middle fingers up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm not getting. I don't know where you got the vibe that he cares about anybody
I
being
think
okay.
he said like, if you're okay, put your middle fingers
Okay.
up.
Whatever. Like,
Yeah, which
that's
is weird.
satanic right there. You know, put your middle fingers up. Like,
Yeah.
but then he's like, I want this ground to shake. You know what you came here to do, and it fucking pops off right there, right? And like that's like when a lot of people died.
Yeah.
At that like moment was
Yeah.
like a lot of people fucking died right there.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say something that's kind of might be.
but there was like
That part was sick.
I was gonna say that, dude. That's what I was trying to get to. Like, as fucking horrible as it is, like that part fucking pops off, dude.
It did.
It does.
Shit snapped right there. So as the performer,
And like the portal goes on the fucking hell right there, like on the screen, like it literally turns into a portal.
Oh, okay.
Behind
So
it.
that was the moment
like, on
then.
the screen.
That was
like-
literally the moment.
Like the big LCD screen goes and the flames go up and a portal. It turns like that's the animation is a fucking portal, right? So it's like super eerie, but it's like, oh my god, this is dope.
The artist in you loved it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Enzo. Thank you.
Yeah.
I needed a way to express that
the
without
artist in
sounding
you
like
loved
an
it.
asshole, you know?
I feel
The
you.
artist in
I
me
was
loved
with
it.
you.
Yeah.
I watched it because I was like, this is terrible. This is terrible.
But I love it.
I was like, this is bad. This is bad. Oh! I was like, come to the stage. Yeah. I felt that.
Yep.
Oh,
We're going to hell.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like,
There's been an acceptance of that. I've had that.
Jesus help me.
I should have never been in touch with these guys again. This is the Satan bringing me into them.
No, I for sure believe that was some sort of
yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's
wild.
dark thing.
It's like I was telling you guys, like it's almost like a good thing because like I really do think that it's opening up a lot of eyes.
yeah. It
Like,
doesn't even surprise
really
me. At
is.
this point.
It's opening up a lot of. There's so many videos of. There's a lot of videos of people that were there that are huge fans of him. You know what I'm saying? Like paying all that money to go and see this motherfucker. Like that are just like, holy shit! Like this was a demonic thing. Like saying those words, being like this was demonic.
You heard, yeah.
You know,
Dude, I'm
these are like
telling you,
Travis
man.
Scott fans being like this was demonic.
Dude,
Like eyes are opened, and then so all of the people seeing what happened
no, it's true.
off our computer screens are being like, "Holy shit! Like this is demonic." It's like almost too. It was almost too in your face. You know, like there's too much symbolism
This ain't the
going on there.
Beatles playing on
No.
Ed Sullivan or whatever.
No.
This is fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Like I said, like they're getting
Exactly.
sloppy. Like they're getting
Shit was
it's
fire.
like-
Brazen.
It's
Fire,
it's like
but-
it's like they're getting too sloppy with it.
Yeah.
They're so cocky now that and like it was like the medic said, like they kind of have a reason to be because like the it's the audience's fault too. You know?
100%.
It's
Would
this
you
youth,
think-
it's this generation.
Do you think that shit would happen at summer camp? Like our years of summer camp? Like I don't think that shit would happen. Like I think people would pick these people up and they would get them the help.
well, that's a
Medical
different
attention,
vibe,
exactly,
dude.
yeah.
That's
I
a
know.
different like.
Well, it's because
you
of
know?
the energy that they're putting out.
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Like, they're
yes,
putting out
yes.
like a positive energy. Like it's why when I first went to my first music festival, which was summer camp in Chillicothe, Illinois, which is the best music festival ever and was. I don't know what it's like now, but at this time,
Yeah.
it
Very
felt
good one.
so different than anything else I've ever seen because of the energy in the air and because of the and like so like if you
Yeah.
say the shit's weird or whatever, it doesn't.
And this is like a more of like a this is more of like a hippie like
It's a different vibe.
like jam band slash
techno,
good energy electronic
yeah,
vibe
for
type
sure.
festival.
It's gotten a little too electronic over the years, but
yeah.
but most of but it just doesn't matter. Like I remember somebody dropped like their wallet and someone's like, oh, here's your wallet, dude. Like I was like, no one would ever do that. Like at like Warped Tour, any other like
Yeah.
mass show that I've ever been to.
Speaking on that, going back to like my experience with Warped Tour and Take It Back Sunday, which was, you know, way prior to ever going to summer camp, like when we saw Bass Nectar at summer camp, that was like the most people like we've ever seen before.
Yes.
You know,
At
in
a
front
show.
of at a show. Like it was just like an ocean of people for Bass Nectar, and like how the stage is set up is like there's like kind of like a small hill that kind of goes up and then it goes flat, and like the whole hill and the whole flat, like basically if you're at the top of the hill and you look down, like you're looking at an ocean of people moving, right? And I never once got that feeling of claustrophobia
No.
in that sea of people.
No.
Like I was able to walk around.
Yeah, you could actually like
I like would
go
walk
through the
you
crowd.
you would go
Yeah.
through the crowd like tripping balls, and like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, for sure.
like you could move. So, but
there's something to that.
There's something
though.
to that, and there's something to like the way that, you know, he's being blasted. Travis Scott's being blasted. Let's not forget that who he's dating. He's dating a fucking Kylie Jenner, bro. Like that whole family's like, they sold their soul.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like they're like slaves to the devil,
Yeah.
or whatever energy is in charge. Dark energy is in charge. Like they are puppets to that.
For sure.
You know, which is why
They're
one
so
of them
big.
one went from a man to a woman now, and everything like that. You know, a lot of symbolism within that family. But he's been he's gotten in trouble before for inciting basically riots at his show. You know, telling people to jump the barricades and rush the stage and shit. You know, like disregard for human life.
Yeah.
You know, I sent Jim a video of a performance of him. I think it was like 2018 or 19, where he jumps into the crowd and he's crowd surfing and he's trying to get back on stage, and all of a sudden he stops and like he starts attacking one of the like a kid in the audience, claiming that he tried stealing his shoe. And then he's pointing, he's standing up in the audience and he's pointing at this kid and he's like, fuck him up. Fuck that motherfucker up right there. You steal my shoe? Fuck that motherfucker up. You know, like over a fucking shoe, bro. Like,
Yeah, don't you got like
over a shoe? You
fucking
get like
houses of these?
you're gonna get like that's dangerous. That's fucking dangerous right there. Like, and
It's called the violence.
like, you know, we've told our crowds to go fucking crazy as shit. You know,
Yeah.
but like to tell somebody like, you know, you're like that fucking level, dude, and like you're telling a whole fucking mob of people to like fuck up one person,
Yeah.
and you have that type of influence, like that's fucking dangerous for
Yeah,
for that
absolutely.
person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's always like
All it's gonna take is one Travis Scott fan to be like, if I kill this guy,
He'll like
he'll fucking let me come in his tour bus,
yeah, right.
you know, and smoke weed with him.
Yeah.
But like hardcore shows were always, I mean, for the most part, the good hardcore shows, like people were looking out for each other, even in like some of the most like, you know, heinous ways. Like if you get hurt in the pit, you pick someone up in the pit, you know, so
Yeah.
on and so forth. Like that's always been like mosh courtesy, you know. I mean, there was always the exception to that rule where there was like fucking assholes and low energy people that would like hurt people for no
Yeah.
reason. And
But a lot of
But-
times, even those people got fucking
You didn't
know,
get
got
yeah,
policed.
yeah,
you know,
fuck yeah.
unless you're at like you're at like a crew show. You
Yeah.
know, like there was like, you know, straight edge. There's like there's different types of shows in that day, like straight edge crew type shows. Like you go to a cruise show, like it's a little bit different. Like motherfuckers getting their ass kicked, like
Yeah.
over some shit. But at the same time, though, like when you go to a show like that, like you're kind of going for that.
Exactly.
You know, like
Yeah, but there's still a camaraderie, even through the
there
darkness.
it's more gang like. You know?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But that's like the shitty people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like the good people. The good people would always be like, yeah, you might fuck a guy up for hitting a girl, like,
Yeah.
and like, you know what I mean? Like that's where that was at. Like, so it's like there's still like a policing of it and a camaraderie and, showing compassion in some sense.
Yeah.
Like if you couldn't handle being on the outside of the pit, then don't be on the outside of the pit.
Yeah.
And if someone's like blatantly fucking smoking chicks in the pit, like you're like,
Yeah.
fuck that guy, let's get him out. Like there was none of that there at this Travis Scott show. It seems like.
I wanted to try to get Sarah on tonight I never got a response back because I wanted to see if she, knew anything like astrology wise, or anything weird was going on that day.
We should get her on
know?
soon. For sure. Have you ever listened to any episodes with Sarah?
No, I haven't heard any.
She's awesome. You should check out her episodes. They're sweet. She knows a lot.
She's working a lot more right now, so that's
she had a lot
that's
more
all.
free time.
Yeah, back then. But so I definitely think this was a bunch of things. I just don't think it was one thing. I think it could be a combination of a bunch of things. Like I said, a conductor for negative energy. It could have been a test of some sort with frequencies and vaccines. I mean, there's before this happened, there's already people putting out like, have you seen that video of like that? What's it called? It's like
graphene oxide.
Graphene oxide. You can watch a video of like graphene oxide, which is like this material, and people are using frequencies and making it like float and dance, basically, like this blob of this substance. And when it gets hit with a frequency, like it starts moving and shit. Right there.
Yeah, do that first.
No, second one. Yeah, do that one. Is that graphene oxide exposed to tuning frequencies? Right, and this has been proven by a number of people to be in the vaccine, this substance. Right, and it reacts to certain frequencies. It reacts to frequency, so there could be something there, because like that you left, Jim. I was talking about Larry was talking about he worked a festival with Travis Scott, and that morning that his team was doing sound checks, and they kept running this bass tone. And Larry's like, I've never heard anything like it, and it was like just giving me extreme anxiety.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn. I almost want to hit Larry up for that. Get that one-on-one story. Fucking Larry was supposed to be on here, actually. Chickened out. Larry, get on here. Talk some shit.
Fucking chicken.
Yeah, this has been a perfect episode for you. Fucking chicken.
Maybe next time.
So what? I also think the event was. I think it was definitely a ceremony for Travis Scott to. I think he joined the club.
Okay.
I think that was like a big thing. Like,
so
I think he got a promotion.
We'll see Travis Scott blow up after this.
Well,
yeah, he's already huge.
Isn't he already huge?
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Like, who knows what he might get fucking. I mean, he should be getting sued out of the fucking wazoo, But like, I think no matter what, I think even if Travis Scott gets canceled or whatever, sued out of oblivion, like I think he's not gonna give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's set. He's in the big boy club now.
Yeah. He brought them their bodies.
Yeah. He brought the goods in.
Man, that is fucked up. But it is what it is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing, man. I can't I'm so like into it. Like so many people are just like pointing out so many different things on it.
Yeah.
Like the eyeball, like all this, dude. The symbology, like the symbolism is just like out of this world. Like we were talking about the hands with the eyes in it, right? And like that's like the monster in Pan's Labyrinth that like eats kids with the hands in his eyes.
Yeah,
shit.
All the eyes on the screen.
All the eyes on the screen.
Yeah.
Did you see the one? Have you seen the video of the people walking on the top of it?
Yes.
Like
yes.
there's like people walking
on top
across
of
the mountain.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking weird. That's like it's like, is that those souls?
Yeah.
Is that the souls of the people that just fucking died? Walking across on top of that mountain.
Yeah, dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's so in our face, bro. Like it's so
right in everybody's face.
It like they might have fucked up. They might have went too big on it. You know what I'm saying? Like they might have went too big on this.
Or they just know that they got us, and they're just brazen.
Yeah, I mean, yes, for sure. They could. They don't get, like I said, they're getting so cocky because they're allowed to be cocky because something like this can happen, and these motherfuckers, all this younger generation and shit is going to.
They're like, shit, we used to put this shit backwards in records and stuff, and we used to do all this shit. They're like, all we got to do is just fucking boom, put it in their face, and they're all just going to gobble it up.
Yeah, we just do it now, and it's cool.
Yeah.
We just tell them what we are,
yeah,
and that's what makes it cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That we are Satanists.
Yeah, we don't have to hide it no more.
It's like those shoes, the Lil Nas X shoes,
Somebody won, man. The bad guys won, I think.
Well, I mean, if we want to get biblical, we talked about it before. Like, the bad guys run the world.
They started the world, right?
Yeah, they the devil is the god of this world.
Yeah.
It's his world.
So inside this inside this firmament, this is the hell. You know what I mean?
And this is like them
in this dome.
Yes.
In this
dome.
Is hell.
Basically.
And reaching outside of it.
This is like pre-hell.
Or opening up to it and changing maybe would be take you out of it, become enlightened in some way or another.
Yeah. Well, Jim, why don't you tell everyone where they can find us?
Check us out on YouTube at Secret Hideout Podcast. And then that Instagram, where we post videos all week. Share those videos. Tell your friends about us. Like and subscribe to this. We appreciate you. We need your help. Spread the word that Satan is bad. But liquid death is really good. Liquid death is really good.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take one of these home with me and then put on that Travis Scott concert.
And just watch it.
Just watch it.
Beat off.
Oh, God.
Beat off. Is porn bad? Like, biblically?
You asking me?
Yeah. You're more religious than
yeah.
Like, what would porn be?
Sexual immorality, basically. Right? Like, making an idol out of another person, I guess.
Now,
fornicating.
Is beating off bad?
Technically, that's what they say. Yeah, it's bad. Like, you're like not using yourself for procreation, and you're just like doing a selfish action.
Yeah,
that's what they would say. Yeah,
and it's like it's always been told that we're like supposed to get rid of this stuff, and you have to expel.
Animals aren't animals like innocent?
I mean, and what do you mean?
Like in like the eyes of God or whatever, like. Are like kids and animals supposed to be?
I don't know if that's specified about animals, but I mean kids, yeah.
It's like animals beat off and shit.
Yeah,
animals, right? Like dogs hump things.
Well,
and shit.
And they rape and shit too. Like,
yeah,
beasts.
We're gonna go there.
I mean, I
don't know.
The whole
I'm just questioning because I was gonna get to is like, okay, so like if porn's bad, like what about like porn? Like what if you have a porn with like your spouse? Are you allowed to watch that?
Yeah, I guess because it's
in the eyes of God.
I mean, I'm not an expert or anything,
But you got the cross on today.
It's underneath now, but yeah.
You're looking like a priest.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I think if you're in the confines of a marriage, then you're good.
You can beat off.
I'm not a financial advisor or a priest.
Or a porn advisor.
Or that, yeah.
But all right, so with that, don't listen to a word we say because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And do your own research, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Peace.
Enzo got that peace in hard.